I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network. It's day 3 of PDAC, and we are still on the floor covering the show. Highlights today include an interview with Jeffrey Christian of CPM Group. He spoke about where he sees the gold price going and why junior miners may need to seek out alternative sources of funding. It's also worth noting that yesterday PDAC had separate visits from Ontario Premier Doug Ford and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Ford announced plans for a proposed road in Ontario's Ring of Fire. Few details on numbers and timelines have been released yet, but Noront Resources, a company that operates in the area, spoke positively to INN about the plan. For his part, Trudeau said the Canadian government is looking for advice from business and Indigenous leaders as it looks to meet its long-term emissions targets and transition to a low-carbon economy. Our reporter Scott Tibbles has been on the floor today speaking to companies. Let's find out what he's been asking them.
Thanks, Charlotte. So, day 3, PDAC, been on the floor here, and I've been chatting with any old company, and I've been asking, how do you feel about sentiment here on the floor at PDAC 2020, and how does it compare with previous years? Here's what they had to say. How do you think sentiments are like here at PDAC 2020, and how does it compare with previous years?
There's a big interest in gold. Certainly, you see what the price of gold has done over the past couple of weeks. Broke through 1,600 and 1,650, and so pretty exciting around that. And so certainly, us with our casino project at Western Copper and Gold, which has a lot of gold, a lot of interest in that, and that certainly seems to be the sentiment so far.
What about attendance at the conference? Is that up, down? What's your observation?
Well, I'll be honest with you. On Sunday, which is more of the retail investors, it was certainly down. But I was impressed by yesterday. It sort of felt like a pretty typical Monday for PDAC.
How do sentiments here on the floor at PDAC compare with previous years? Has it been up, down? What are your thoughts?
It's a bit up because it looks more organized, and the amount of people, despite of this coronavirus, is better. It's bigger than the last year, and it's well organized. Everything runs perfect. We had lots of success in our stand. People looking, asking questions. We are at the end to do some nice deals, and we run by results. So this year looks like a very good promise for us to move on.
And what about the zinc story? So last year, some CEOs said to me that nobody loves zinc, that it had problems. How's its story tracking in 2020 so far? We strongly believe the future of the small operation will be bright because the price of zinc, it's go up and down, but the demand looks bigger. And compared with the last year, I would say at least 250% more people was looking for. And investors are interested. It's a very low price operations because we're gonna put a foot in Nova Scotia. They didn't have a good result in the last 10 years because of a variety of factors. Nova Scotia is very friendly as a place to do business. It's mining friendly. And the people around see that, and we have success. We are very, very satisfied for the result. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's our first time in 4 years to have a booth here, so hard to base our judgment on like last couple of years, but it's been going well for us. Lots of interest, considering the coronavirus issue. That we're satisfied with how it's going here.
So you don't think the coronavirus has scared too many people away?
Oh, obviously it has. There's lots of empty places, but for the most part, the mining side of the world don't get too scared of that sort of thing, and are carrying on. So yeah, no, it's been good.
What do you think sentiments here are like at PDAC 2020, and how does that compare with previous years?
It's my first time here, so I can't answer the second part of that. But I think there's generally positive sentiment around. So yeah.
What's interest been like in your project?
Reasonably good. This is an early stage project. We're not listed, so we're getting some good feedback. We've had a few people come back more than once, so we think that's really good.
How are you feeling about sentiments here at PDAC 2020, and how does it compare with previous years?
Well, I feel good. We just closed the placement on Friday, so we got $1 million in the till. We just started drilling on the weekend, so yeah, sentiment's great here. We feel great. And as far as the PDAC goes, perhaps down a little bit. I know people are talking a lot about the virus, but still a lot of people in the booth, and I'm talking nonstop. So it's pretty much the same for me.
And back to you, Charlotte.
We asked our Twitter followers a similar question, and early results show that they think sentiment is more positive than usual this year. That's all for day 3. If you want to visit us, you'll be able to find us on the 700 level of the Convention Center until Wednesday morning. See you there.